What's going on, everyone, from Super Review Show? I'm Justin.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Bill. And we just got out of
Beetlejuice.
Stop! Don't say his name 3 times. 2.
But he only says the title is only twice.
I know, but you say a 3rd time and then that's it. So, this is a sequel to the previous movie, directed by Tim Burton, featuring pretty much all the original Deets characters. Obviously, Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis did not return for this movie, but we do have the Deetses, minus well, Charles is kind of a character in this.
Yeah, did the actor who played him, is he deceased?
No, worse. He is a monster.
He's in jail?
Ah. Okay, so he deserves to be in jail.
Okay. So, and scene. Yeah, so basically all the original cast members are back.
It's 30-something years later, and there's a death in the Deets family, so they all return to the ghost house for the funeral, and spooky stuff starts happening again. Stuff's going down in the underworld, and we have a movie. First thing I kind of want to get off, story's kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Because you have what's going on with
Lydia
and her fiance, whatever he is. Rory.
You have Astrid, who resents her mother.
Lydia's daughter, who's played by Jenna Ortega.
Yep. You have Catherine O'Hara, who's mourning in a very artistic way.
In other words, she's just trying to seek attention.
Yeah. You have Beetlejuice, who's trying to escape his... Well, don't want to get into spoilers. And you have this hard-boiled actor who's like this cop in the underworld who's trying to make sense of it all.
Played by Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
He was funny, though.
So, we gave pretty much our main negative of this movie right now, but let's just be honest here. There are a lot more positives than negatives in this movie. This is a laugh riot.
It's a fun movie. It's fun.
I actually like this movie better than the original because Michael Keaton is in this he's way more of a featured character, and I love that was what I thought was missing in the first Beetlejuice was a lot of Michael Keaton, and this one he's very featured, and it's very hard to he steals the show basically, and it's a good show, and you want to watch that show.
Yes. Characters are all giving their A game. A little heightened from the first movie, I think. Like, the performance a little hammier. But honestly, I kind of dug it in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
In this world. Like, everyone in this world they're oddballs.
Yeah. Very unique people.
Like I said that Lydia's fiance kind of remind me of Otho from the first one. You know, the interior decorator.
Oh.
Played by the late Glenn Shaddix.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? When you say that this is a laugh riot, I felt more the comedy in this one than I did in the first one.
Really?
Yeah, because I felt the first one was darker in a way.
Yeah.
It was darker.
I felt like this was more on the like it has its dark moments, but this was more on the comedic side.
But also, this is probably the most Tim Burton movie since Batman Returns.
That is my favorite. This is probably my favorite Tim Burton movie.
Beatles, the first one or this one?
This one.
Oh, that is a very bold statement, my friend.
I'm not a fan of Tim Burton per se, but I like this movie.
I'm a fan of his style, and this is very much Tim Burton's style.
I don't.
Tim Burton is one of my favorite directors, so I really did enjoy this movie. Like I said, is it gonna make me? The movie it's fun. It's a fun movie. Is it gonna make me go back and say, "Oh, I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again"?
This might, I would call this a movie if it's on streaming, great. If it's on cable, great. You sit down and you watch it. It's one of those movies that if you're channel surfing and it's on, you'll be like, all right, I'll watch this.
Yeah. I'm glad I saw it in theaters. I mean, like, there were people dressed up, not a lot, they're only three, but there were people clapping in the theater, and I don't know, I felt like that I was glad I had gone to theaters to see it because I was there when it came out.
And you're sort of part of an event almost.
Yeah, it feels like an event. It feels like it's time for another Beetlejuice movie.
36 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's one thing I want to point out. I feel like
it's a car.
That's a car.
there were times I wanted. There were times that I felt like it was a repeat of the first one. Like I'm not gonna get into specifics, so I don't want to put out any spoilers. But I'm like, oh god, are we gonna do this again? We're gonna do this again, aren't we? Come on, didn't we do this in the first movie? Wait, they're not gonna do it? Oh, okay then, cool.
I think I remember hearing that Tim Burton made this movie thinking I don't want to check off like it, have to check off boxes, you know, like he didn't want like this checklist of things that needed to be in the movie in order for it to be considered a Beetlejuice movie. Sort of like how they don't have Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis in it. I do want to get to like the effects in this movie because one thing that was very unique to the first Beetlejuice movie, it had this very wide variety of different types of effects, both good and bad. This movie's kind of the same. And they don't use a lot. They use some CGI, but not a lot. There's a lot of. They use claymation, they use actual models, they use sets. Actual effing sets. I'm sorry, I like sets.
I think he has a thing for sets.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, you've known me for about 16 years. If you haven't gotten the picture yet, you never will. Till 2024.
So, final verdict on this movie?
Am I giving that a grade?
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Give it an A-.
Bill.
B.
I'd probably give it a B+.
Okay, so we're a little lower than that.
Yeah, but we're all in the realm of liking it.
Yes.
Alright, well, that pretty much does it for this out of theater reaction. I've been Justin.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Bill.
Stay safe.
That's always the second one.
Take care.
And be awesome.
Be
There
awesome.
we go.